E-Cig.
Yes, damn wagwan.
Wiggity wiggity wagwan. How we doing? We are here.
I read. Oh, you know what? I've just realised I'm quite hot.
I was about an hour ago, and I opened my windows, and we're all good now.
It's a little bit sweaty here.
Proper warm this afternoon, though.
Yes, wagwan. Now, when are you questioning that, or are you responding with a wagwan?
I think it's a wagwan.
Or a wagwan.
Far too white to do that.
He's responding. Good man.
This is like, is wagwan like the mid 2000s version of what that?
Wigwam, yes.
Big fish, little fish, wigwam.
Yeah, because you guys don't see whilst you see your screen. Obviously, Cass, and whoever. You'll have to bear with Rolf. He's updating apparently, which might take a while on his 12-inch LCD screen.
I straight up shit you not. It's fucking square.
Did I say LCD? I meant CRT.
Yeah. It's deeper than it is wide.
Either way, before the show, obviously Cass and I and everyone else that should be here can see each other, and obviously we've got the intro running on one screen, and at the beginning and end of every show, everyone dances.
Yeah, just.
Hey, we've stolen someone from Jono's stream, and I feel really bad about that because it's charity.
It is charity, but he's doing 24 hours. I mean, he started at 7, right? So he's been going 3 hours. He's still got like 22 quality hours of the focus being on him.
Loads of love. We're throughout the show. We're going to be whacking his donation link. He's basically raising money. He's doing a 24-hour stream, raising money for children that are in hospital that don't necessarily have access. Thank you, Pete.
To fun.
Don't necessarily have access to fun and stuff like that. So he's raising money so he can buy some consoles and games and stuff to take to his local hospital. The local hospital? Hospital? What the fuck was that? I'll be vaping out of buckles next.
Yeah. So yeah, well, have we got a link?
Yeah, I'll have to go find it.
Can we put a donation button on our stream?
Yeah, what? And then take all his money? I'd like that idea. I've got to be honest.
No, not take all. No, but can we link it to him, not us, or does it only link to us?
It's too much like hard work, mate.
Fair enough. It's 10 past 10 on a Friday. I mean, what the fuck? The irony of Chandler saying you've been spending too much time with the kids. Yeah, we will raid him afterwards. Absolutely. I mean, to be fair, there was a very small chance we were gonna just not tonight and then host him. But we decided we'd do it because we haven't done it in 2 weeks. And we have a lot of fun doing it. Sorry, software updates. Yeah, so yeah, he's updating. Chandler's got a fast computer. He's just got a very small screen.
Sorry, I just realised that I was paying more attention to the. I didn't realise that you were left on your own, and I'm just listening to Jono on his stream. There we go. So that is Jono's. Oh, he's doing well. He's got 40 quid, 4%.
That's all right. What does he need? 400.
No, he's aiming for 1,000.
Oh, okay.
So Pete Nicholson. Is he with us? Pete. He is. Good old Pete.
Nice.
So yeah,
nice.
Any of you that want to donate for such a great cause, that'd be muchly appreciated. Anyway, we're not going to spend all night scrounging.
Well, not all night. Some of it.
It's been an interesting week, hasn't it?
Hasn't it just?
I got woken up on, what was it, Tuesday morning? It was Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Woken up by Tuesday morning, my phone going absolutely apeshit. So wakes up, gets up. Someone punch him in the nose.
I've just declined it.
Does he not know that we're live and he can't just start a new room?
I'll add him in. If I oh wait, no, you'll have to do it actually. Oh no, I can do it. It's fine.
You can do it. So he gets a phone call, voicemails from a producer at the BBC, and desperately looking for comments, desperately looking for help to find out what's going on in the vape industry and everything else. So he says to me, do you have FaceTime? It's like, it's 7:30 in the morning, mate. You can have all the FaceTime you want, but I ain't getting on it. It's like, oh well, we prefer to do video feeds. It was like, tough shit. Literally, my hair's like. I'm not sure what it did to my teeth, but the teeth came out. Good evening, Gareth. Good to see you, buddy. Night worker.
Yep, he's here.
Yay!
And he subbed.
He's in a bar in Spain.
When did he?
Saw you online. Evening all. Currently in a bar in Spain vaping.
When did he sub?
Red Velvet.
Did he sub tonight? I missed that.
I don't think he subbed tonight, but he is a sub.
He is. Thank you very much for your support, guys. Thank you very much. So yeah, there's me sat in front of my computer, trying not to swear, trying not to be overly what's the word? Twattish. I think it's probably.
Yeah, but that.
Hang on, was this? Sorry, were you saying that the video feed thing was for the radio?
Oh no, I refused to do a video feed. They wanted a video feed.
But they wanted the radio wanted a video feed.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is it, right? Is that what bugs me was not your answers, but their mind-numbingly naive questions. Like, you were talking about THC and blah, 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 blah. And he was like, how many flavours do you make, Mark? And it's like, talk about not the fucking point. Like, what you should be asking is, what is THC? Why is it dangerous? Not, oh, Mark, you make loads of flavours. Do you make a flavourless flavour? Like...
Yeah, strangely
called a Nick shot.
It's called a Nick shot and a barrel of VG.
So technically, yes, you do. So if you want to vape 18 milligram and no flavour, just whack a Nick shot into your tank.
Thanks, Nightwork. Good to see but Mark, you're literally the best looking dude in vaping. Not at 7:30.
No, hang on a minute.
Not at 7:30 in the morning. I can assure you that.
Surely the autocorrect there changed Chandler to Mark for some bizarre reason.
Oh.
What? Are we talking about paedophiles or? What? I'm lost.
He basically, because he said, but Mark, you're literally the best looking dude in vaping.
He said the. He said the
best looking dude.
Yeah. But the autocorrect, obviously, DM47's autocorrect must have replaced Chandler with Mark for some bizarre reason. No idea why it's done that.
Or you said no, Rolf. It didn't.
No. Oh shit. Oh well.
Yeah. Totally unrelated to channel sponsorship. Yeah, you missed that show, DM.
Hang on a minute. What's?
Do you not remember the Pilgrim coils getting flashed up at every? Yeah, we're back to Rolf. Sorry.
Oh God.
Yeah, there we go. It's back. But yeah, this is it. It's on radio. Like your answers were to the point. But the point is that you were trying to answer a serious topic, and he's banging on about flavourless e-liquid. It's like, mate, the point has fucked off and gone home. you were not there to get it. So I could hear the frustration in your voice, Mark. I could hear it.
Dave's in tonight. The
I love the fact.
The Late Vape Show is brought to you by Pilgrim Vapes. Get your custom mouth-to-lung wire from Stealth Vape at the minute. From Stealth Vape.
Thank you for the bits, Pete.
Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that, mate.
Remember, every bit that you're giving us tonight is bits that not going to disabled children over on Jono's stream.
They're not disabled. They're just.
I thought it was a disabled children's hospital.
Nah.
Oh, okay. Either way. Radio's more beer for me. I'm just reading chat, by the way. Poorly kids get them a console. Oh, okay, so they're poorly kids. Fair enough.
Stealth Vape, Manabush, Corey Tool. Maybe me if I'm in a good mood. What do you, Dave? Do you not have your own website? Do you not stock them yourself?
Oh, look who's just joined.
Well, you were all weird. What's this vape oil shit? This would be Mr. JB. This would be the one that abolished the show, that decided that he didn't love us anymore. Those that David D, thank you very much for the follow. I thought they already followed, but hey ho. For some reason, we're not getting our alerts.
We're not, are we?
I just got an email to say we're being followed, but hey. That's just rude. That's just rude. So you know what I'm going to do, don't you? There we go.
What? Oh, damn!
Could not be more perfect.
There we go.
Streamer Loot, thank you very much for your support. Thank you. Oh, feck.
You know what we need to do is we need to just get a ticker across the bottom of the screen with our thousands and thousands of sponsors' logos on it, don't we?
Dave's. I've got to tell you, these are the only coils I use.
I like the fact you haven't noticed the other logo that I've got in the corner of my screen.
What, XSplit?
Yeah, see, we can leave that. We can just leave that up there so that it's a constant subliminal reminder that Pilgrim Coils are sponsoring this show.
Just may as well sponsor every show from going forward. He's one of ours that joins us every week. I rephrase that, most weeks. So he deserves the support. I am an avid user of his products, therefore we will promote.
Indeed. What we should do is we could just like make it small and stick it to the one side for the entire show, and then it's there all the time.
I realised I've not got my key light on.
What? Like this one?
Yeah, like this one. I mean, that one's fine for now.
You lads, look how I imagine old Tomb Raider players. Tomb Raider. Is that Lara Croft?
Tomb Raider. You know what? You say that, right? I've just because I bought my computer. One of the weird things I got on Amazon was 3 free months of Xbox Pass for PC, and I'm halfway through downloading, or I paused it for this, but I was halfway through downloading Tomb Raider. So there we go.
I do like the idea of a Wind Raider better.
How long does Tomb Raider take to download?
It is 33 gigabytes.
33 gig.
Yeah, it's quite.
Look, it used to fit on a place. Is this the original Tomb Raider?
Yeah, we're talking about games that are newer than your monitor, though, Chandler.
Look, Tomb Raider. You used to be able to get Tomb Raider on a single disc that would work on your PlayStation 1.
Yeah, but the PlayStation 1 games were PlayStation 1 games were about 500 megabytes maximum.
650.
So why is it 33 gig?
650.
I'm assuming that this is the latest Tomb Raider, not the original one then.
Yes, this is the latest one. It's 33 gigabytes. But yeah, Xbox Live Pass for PC, you can just download it. But obviously, it was going to spank my bandwidth, so I had to pause it. But
I can't remember. Back in the day, what games did I used to play?
Settlers.
Age of Empires 2.
I did like Age of Empires, yeah.
Do you ever play Diablo?
No, I'm older than you. Chucky Egg, yes.
Jet Set Willy.
Jet Set Willy. Do you remember Run the Gauntlet? Do you remember Treasure Island? Do you remember the classics? Disco Dan.
Command and Conquer.
It wasn't Chucky Egg. That was Treasure Island Dizzy.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
When Chandler was a kid, the only toy he had was a stick, and he has to share that.
Wonder Boy.
Amazing.
Lander on the Vic 20, yes. Monkey Island.
Talking about old games, I've got a blast from the past for you.
Monkey Island, I just downloaded, what did I do, last week? And I completed it in like 4 hours. They've not changed a thing. Alice Kid in Miracle World, yes.
There we go.
That looks like a Game Boy, only older.
It is a Game Boy. It's the original Game Boy. And it
so
still
works. Where's the 510?
Yeah, nice mod.
Yeah. Wait a sec.
Mod.
I don't know. It's basically my billet box case. There's the fire button. Just there.
There you go. That is mildly impressive. That.
I was bought that when it came out, or a couple of years after it came out, and I've kept it ever since.
I was going to say, my daughter was playing with her Game Boy Color the other day. It's kicking around here somewhere, but
I've got a Game Boy Color in my cabinet to my left. I've got a Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Micro, the really little one they made, which is hilarious because they all take the same cartridges. I've also got
Game Boy Micro. I don't remember that one.
The mini one. It was like fucking that tiny thing. What else is in there? An old NES controller. I used to own a belt buckle that was an actual NES controller. There's a guy on eBay who used to make them.
I found the other week going through the attic, I found a Game Gear with do you remember the TV adapter that plugged into the back?
Yeah.
I was quite impressed by that. And you know what?
You had a what?
A Game Gear, the Sega Game Gear, and it came with a cartridge that you plugged into the back that turned it into a TV.
Cool.
What I did with it? Put it in the bin.
Do you remember when you used to have to tune, like the PlayStation 1, you used to have to tune your TV to it because you had like...
Yeah.
You used to have to go
around... the RF out instead of anything else. It was the RF out rather than... you could use the...
Yeah.
Yeah, you could use the RGB cables. What was that? The S cables.
S-Vid.
Where you've got the audio and the video on separate cables, but if you use the RF, you had to tune your telly into it.
I'm trying to see what else I've got in that cabinet, but no other little hand consoles. There's some cool shit in there though. But
I was more of a console man than a handheld man.
Yeah, I mean, PS1 was a lot of fun. Things like Cool Borders 3, which is one of the best games ever made.
That's it. No, kids nowadays have got no idea what they're missing. They have got no idea of sitting for 25 minutes listening to... Oh no, that's just dialing up. I'm talking about a Spectrum game waiting to load.
Oh no, I'm talking Spectrum. When I remember the one game that used to wind me up something chronic was. Did you ever play Gauntlet on the Specky?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the cassette, you'd put it in, it would load the game. You then had to pause the cassette so that when the game had loaded, and then you'd have to press play to load the levels.
See, I had a Spectrum Plus 3, so I didn't have to worry about cassettes.
You had a bloody floppy.
Yeah, see, the thing is, games.
Did you ever have a micro drive?
No.
Oh, Specky, you could get a micro drive for it, which was like a tiny little cassette player, basically. It was like 2 or 3 times faster than the cassette, but it wasn't as quick as a floppy.
Because the thing is, right, games now, whilst visually ridiculously impressive, have been ruined by, well, not ruined, but you lose a lot of that sort of sit down and play it for 19 hours playability out of one game thing. I mean, I never completed the original Tomb Raider. It was just so difficult. I mean, I was like...
No. So I don't know anybody that completed the original Tomb Raider. You weren't supposed to.
No, I don't think you were. And I mean, there were other games. I'm trying to think some of the long games I used to play. I mean, like things like Cool Borders. No one ever completed that. I mean, you just played it over and over and over and over and over again, doing the biggest jump and biggest tricks. Tony Hawk's Pro Skateboarding, best game ever.
GameCube. Sorry, Chris JB just put about the GameCube.
I always thought the GameCube was like the mini disc of the console world. Loads of games came out of it, and then it got.
It was.
They progressed past it.
They used a CD, but the CD that they used was specific for the GameCube. It was smaller. It was just a CD, same as everybody else's, but it was just a smaller disc.
Yeah.
That went in the GameCube. It was a bit bizarre.
You see.
Yeah, the old disc swap trick. That was a good one.
You see, for me, I went from the Speccy, and then I went straight to the Amiga. But
old GTA.
I
did. I had a Speccy 128 plus 2.
See, I had the 48K.
Then went to
I had the 48K first, the one with the rubber keys.
The
I went to the plus 2, the plus 2A. I then got a plus 3.
Plus 2A.
Plus 2A. The plus 3. And then I went over to the Amiga 500, 600. I had a 1200, and Amiga.
You need to get an emulator, Mark.
But I didn't buy it for games. I didn't buy the Amiga for games.
No, I bought the Amiga because it was the one for doing sound editing on. If you wanted to do any sound editing, using the sequencer.
Have you seen?
That's what I got it for.
Was it the Spectrums that people are turning into synthesizers because they had really good tone generators in them? Was it Spectrums?
Well, I don't know about that. The tone generators in them were literally bleeps.
Yeah, this is it. But people are taking those tone generators and then soldering more into each other, chaining them up and turning them into full synthesizers.
Okay.
Mark Ski, I still own every Nintendo. The idea of playing these old games is awesome, but the reality is shit. It's true. Yeah. I remember.
Commodore 64, that's what it is. That's what people are turning into synthesizers. Sorry, carry on.
Who remembers porn on Windows 98? It's sort of 17 minutes to load a picture of Samantha Fox's tits. Right. Do you remember back on the Amiga 500s when you had who had a 500? Either of you had an Amiga?
No.
Yeah, I did have a 500. Yeah, and then upgraded to a 12.
Do you remember you had Xcopy, and you could nibble to make copies? Now this, and I loosely call it pornography, but this red and black 2 frames, a bit like 2 frames a second, a bit like Jono's streaming. And it was terrible, but you used to be able to charge 50p a disc. 50p a disc.
Incredible.
Chandler's so old. His idea of porn was looking at
8008135 on his calculator.
You missed a 3 out there, Chris. It's 1335. Oh, 55.
1355.
1355.
Yeah, 1355.
Yeah. You see, before LimeWire, I think it was.
And if you, what was the other one? I'm gonna have to type this out to.
LimeWire was the boss. There was another one
that was
similar.
That was the other one.
What?
Shell oil. Napster, yes.
Oh, Napster! Oh my god, yeah, it used to take half an hour to download a track.
Do you remember Ares or Ares?
Yeah.
Ares was always a good one. But the thing is, right, when you're a kid and you're downloading stuff and you want to go and download the latest illegal movie that's not yet in the cinemas or has not yet been released on video, and you download, I don't know, whatever film it is, and it turns out it's actually just a 3-hour porn that someone's uploaded under a different name. Yeah, I found that out when I downloaded a film, plugged it, put it onto a DVD, put it in the DVD player without watching it, and then sat down with the family.
And what?
Yeah, that didn't go so well.
Sat down and watched Shaving Ryan's Privates.
But it wasn't even the porn version of films. It was just porn with a film title, just to get downloads.
Cubase is still going, isn't it?
Cubase? Oh yeah. Cubase is still going.
I use
the original Cubase. That was the
I'm a Logic man.
Cubase, and I used to use Logic Pro X, and Reason. Reason was confusing.
See, Cubase you could get on the Atari ST, so schools loved it, didn't they? And
it was the Atari.
It ran on the Acorns as well, if I remember right.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was a MIDI. It was a MIDI interface. The Atari's had got a better MIDI interface. They've got it built in.
But I don't know if it's whenever you had a Pro Tools rig and you had to buy a very specific set of hardware just to run Pro Tools before they started making it available for download. But you had to have specific audio converters just for Pro Tools to work. Otherwise, it would lock itself up. And there was this studio. I think it was one of the BBC studios. Spent $200,000 updating their Pro Tools, and Pro Tools then dropped support for all of the hardware they bought, so they had to buy it all again.
If you remember the first time MSN Messenger came out, you see, I was a Yahoo man.
I used to be on MSN, but then that brings back this.
Yahoo.
Do you remember? This was that was the MSN calling card, wasn't it?
ASL.
Yeah, everyone put your ASL in the chat. Let's see if we can hook some mothers up tonight. See what's going on. Oh, of course.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Why is your location horny?
I think it was the abbreviation for Horncastle, but
33 Mail UK. You? It was. Followed by.
You can, or that.
Because the question was always.
What about you? Does anyone remember chat roulette?
I still use that now. I'm going to rephrase that. I still watch YouTube.
Chat roulette.
I still watch YouTube videos on chat roulette. There's a guy that plays the keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cheers, Orgy. And you changed your name. Your name's changed.
He's gone back to Oggy.
Oh, we're still going to call him Orgy.
Castle Internet 14F, not in the bushes outside your house.
No, and there's also a woman that I follow that's what's her name?
I don't know whether that's wise.
Laura. Her name is Laura6683, and she does that kind of thing. I don't think she's live now. Oh no, she is. Yeah, no, she's cracking. She can pretty much play anything, and they do it on chat roulette, and they'll just randomly start beatboxing, playing music and that, but they're really, really good. Really, really good. Oh no, she's hosting somebody else.
Oh, you're twitching. Okay.
IRC.
I can still twitch.
IRC.
Twitch.
Who said that? Sorry, I closed my screen. That's got to be JB. Take care, Dave. We'll see you soon, mate.
No, it's Streamer Loot Support. Anyone used to do IRC?
Yes.
IRC. Oh yeah, internet relay chat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes.
They were the days.
Really sad that I know that. Weren't they? Anyone ever play do MUDs?
Say again.
Did we discuss this the other week? A MUD.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to do MUDs. They were bonkers. This was before graphics. text-based adventure. It was like reading one of those choose your own adventure books on a screen.
Did anyone ever play the old BBC text game of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where it basically gave you a load
That's
of
the one.
text, and it came up and it was like, you are in a dark room, and then you had to be like, get up. You can't get up, it is dark. And you're like, for fuck's sake. And then it's like, stand up. And then it goes, but you are in bed. And you're like, right, okay, sit up in bed. You're like, right, okay, cool. Right, go to the light switch. You fall over and stub your toe. Game over. And then it starts again. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake. Now, you can find a Flash version of that game which gives you save options, so you don't have to go all the way back to the beginning. But it still exists, and you can still find it. In fact, that's what I'm going to do right now, is find it.
We're going to find it now. That originally was a game on, and I can't remember which platform it was on, but it was on something like the Spectrum or the Commodore or something. I think it may well have been a Spectrum Commodore game. The text-based adventure, the one that the BBC released online was basically
this is it,
an emulation.
Yeah, they got this Flash version. Please press this button. Oh, I'm doing it.
It's no different to, back in the day when you bought a book and you'd start at the beginning. Do you want to go left, right, or straight on? Turn 374 or 762. You are dead.
So, send me the link, Kaz.
It's in chat.
Oh, it's in chat. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
So it says you wake up. The room is spinning very gently around your head, or at least it would be if you could see it, which you can't. It is pitch black. So if I type in "get up," very difficult, but you manage it. The room is still spinning. It dips and sways a little. What do we do next?
I like that.
Chandler's computer can't hack it. Works on mine.
It dips and sways. Turn the light on. Oh, it worked. It did a thing.
Oh, I know why. It's got a Google thing. If I get rid of it and just do that.
Good start to the day. Pity it's going to be the worst one of your life. The light is now on.
Hang on a minute. What? Page not found? What the fuck?
The bedroom is a mess. It is a small bedroom with a faded carpet and old wallpaper. There is a wash basin, a chair with a tatty dressing gown slung over it, and a window with the curtains drawn. Near the exit leading south is a phone. There is a flathead screwdriver here. There is a toothbrush here.
Why is the address that I just copied is Vapor Boutique? What the fuck?
You were looking at that on a previous show.
Yeah. But literally at the bottom of this game, it literally just says, a word of warning, this game will kill you frequently. It's a bit mean like that. But then this is the genius of Douglas Adams.
Do you think Chris is bored at work?
I think he might be. I'm not even looking at chat.
No, guess what he's doing tonight?
Poke the toothbrush into your ass. Yeah. So yeah, that's the link to it. It's very fun if you've got 9 hours to kill.
Found it. Look at that. It's only taken me about half an hour to find this. You know,
Chris.
Please press this button.
Chris, we are not giving you the power of moderation on this.
Not a chance.
How many people? Who have we got?
It's pitch black.
Who have we got? Orgy.
Yours looks different to mine. We've got Orgy and we've got, us, and then we've got Badge. What did I put?
I can stand
Turn
up.
the light on. Turn the light on.
Turn light on. Oh, there you go.
Oh, you get a visualization. I don't get that.
Ah. Small bedroom with a faded carpet. Look at that. It's because I've got a fancy computer. You know. What? Are you on a Mac?
No.
Is it a Mac? It's not an Apple.
Oh, there is a different version of the game. Never mind.
Okay. And a window with the curtains drawn. There was a flathead screwdriver. There's a toothbrush here. Get toothbrush. You're certainly picking the tough tasks. Okay. Fine. Get screwdriver.
I think the thing is, right, I think you have to put the dressing gown on so that you can put the screwdriver and the toothbrush in your pocket.
Oh, okay. Put dressing gown on. You're not holding your down. Oh, get down.
This is going to be painful.
Oh, this is large enough. Okay, there's something in the pocket. Okay, so what's in the pocket? Open pocket.
But this is it.
Oh God!
Does anyone remember?
Down.
Does anyone remember a game called Starship Titanic?
Yeah.
That was a Douglas Adams game, and that had like 200,000 lines of voice lines and replies to you typing possible stuff in. And if anyone remembers the game, there was a parrot sat on top. No, it wasn't a parrot. There was a bomb in the bottom of the ship that was voiced by John Cleese, and you could swear at it, but it was counting down forever, and then it would lose count. So it had to start again because it was John Cleese counting down. Does anyone remember this? And you could tell it to fuck off, and you could do all sorts of things. It would get really angry at you for swearing to it.
Bring that back, Chandler. Is that not a little bit worrying?
Hang on.
What?
So opening your gown.
Opening. I know.
Reveals a thing that your aunt gave you.
Oh, hello.
Was that some sort of love bite on the end of his John Thomas?
Well, it says you don't know what it is: a buffered analgesic and a pocket fluff.
So anal's in there.
Yeah, but an analgesic's not anal.
It's got anal in it.
But yeah, if you want a really interesting game, and the reason that it looked so amazing for the time is it was just lots and lots and lots of still images stitched together. So it looked like you were moving through a 3D space, but you were actually just moving through thousands of still images, and it was a very difficult puzzle game.
There was no. I don't know the word use. Take. Analgesic. Oh, that'd be alright if I could spell. Oh, okay, backspace doesn't work. Take. Analgesic. If you spell it wrong. Oh. Oh, I got audio too. I know. I swallow the tablet. The room stops spinning. Yay! Wonderful. Now can I get the screwdriver? Yay! And a toothbrush. Marvelous. As I pick up the toothbrush, a tree outside the window collapses.
There is no causal relationship between these two events. You need to go outside, I think. Remember,
Okay.
you can use to move. You can use the arrows on the right of the screen there.
Oh, so I can.
Yeah.
Go
So there we
north.
go.
Oh yeah, north south. Oh, here we go. Front porch. Yeah.
Oh my god, Starship Titanic's on Steam.
Oh dear.
Oh, for God's sake.
I've got to download that at some point. It's only £4.79.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
This is what it needs, right? So it needs a minimum of Windows 7. It needs a minimum of a 1 gigahertz processor, 512 megabytes of RAM.
Get out.
Yeah. SDL2 compatible graphics card, and it needs 2 gigabytes of space. That's all it needs.
How did they get that on it?
It was like a 6-disc install, if I remember rightly.
Right. When I was teaching a few years, and I'm struggling to think of the name of the game.
There you go, that's it. So you can see what it looks like. It doesn't look half as good as I remember it, though.
Never did.
But do you remember those old Macs that were all different colours and had the handle on the back of them?
Right. Does any of you remember Tau Ceti?
Yeah.
It was released in
Tau Ceti.
It was released in 1985. It was the first 3D game. I'm actually really good friends with Pete Cook, the guy that made that game. And back in the day, do you remember Micronaut 1? That was his.
Rings a bell.
That was his as well.
Didn't Pete Cook start Lionhead Studios?
No, he only ever worked for anyone else.
Oh, I'm thinking of someone else then. What is with the Mark screenshot?
Oh, I just replacing it, and so while it was thinking about it, it was showing the picture that's behind it, which is Mark.
This is another Douglas Adams game.
Is it Starship Titanic?
Yeah, where the Starship Titanic crashes into your house, so you clearly get on it.
Obviously, because that's what you do.
But it's a typing game, so that these are all stitched images. Yeah, you type in, you talk to the robots, you tell it what to do, you drag and drop and click and stuff. But literally, there's a bomb in the bottom of the ship that's voiced by John Cleese that counts down, and you've got to guess the code to disarm it. But you actually, I think you end up feeding the bomb chicken covered in hot sauce or something. Also, welcome to the Late Late Vape Show, where we talk about anything other than vaping.
Oh yes. We haven't spoken about vaping or anything, have we?
What are you vaping on, Mark?
I'm vaping on vitamin E.
Yeah?
Oh, please don't.
No. Vitamin E. And I'm vaping on this new juice. It's just called Trump. It smells like shit.
Tastes like bollocks?
No, it tastes like shit because it's Trump.
Oh. Yeah. Fair play. Oh, I've just realised I'm still here. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm still sharing the screen of the thingy. There we go. Sorry about that.
No. I'm actually going to have to buy and download that game, I think, now and see what it's like. Again.
It actually looks quite good. The graphics look all right. What format was it released on in the
6
PC
CD-ROMs. Mac, PC and Mac. But originally it was just Mac, but it's 6 CD-ROMs. Yeah, and you had to install them bit by bit. And I used to play it on the multicoloured Macs they made with the handles on the back of them.
Okay.
That's what I used to play it on.
Oh, the ones that you used to beat your wife up with?
The first iMacs.
The wife beat Mac. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is it orange coloured, Mark?
What?
Your Trump juice.
Totally, but I think it's because the vitamin E.
Okay. You're getting that nice coating experience.
Makes you cough.
Does it?
Makes you cough.
Is it satisfying like smoker's cough, or is it like tickly back of the throat cough?
You cough and cough and cough until you can't cough no more, and then you end up dead.
Okay. Streamer Loot Support asks, is it racist?
Is what racist?
Your juice.
Oh, totally. Totally.
Fair enough. I've actually got a different tank today. I've got my Berserker back out with a wonderful green tea and honey flavoured e-liquid. It is actually really nice. The honey's lovely on it.
You see, I always find that honey tastes like shit. It doesn't taste like honey at all.
Well, this has been steeping in the tank for about 6 weeks, and I just screwed it back on and went, I wonder if this still tastes all right. And actually, it still tastes great.
There we go.
Oh right, there's a. Sorry, Tony. I've literally just opened up. Bear with me, mate. Bear with me. We stream on Twitch on a Friday night. I've just opened up the YouTube chat. Bear with me. Bear with me.
Why? What was the question on YouTube chat?
Everyone's ignoring him, and he wanted to know how he could
get onto Twitch.
Get onto chat. And our apologies, mate. Just give me 2 seconds. I am incoming. Incoming.
I mean, YouTube now is more like an archiving tool for people that want to watch it back, that don't want to watch it back through Twitch. We don't tend to monitor the YouTube chat that much.
It's not. I was going to say it's mainly because Twitch only keep the channel feed live for about a fortnight. So
apparently, Twitch's data uses way more than YouTube. I was talking to, I think it's Simon, on our group on Facebook, and he was asking me, he was like, it's using like 26 gigabytes for like 3 or 4 shows of his data, because he listens to it in his van after the fact. And he was like,
on Twitch,
he listens to it. He just literally connects it to his, I guess, his speakers, and then leaves it on the seat. And he said it was basically eating his data.
Oh, that's not good. So we'd better leave it on YouTube. On YouTube, I think because you've got settings on YouTube where you can restrict the quality. You can send so it doesn't download HD.
But
I don't know whether Twitch does that or not.
Well, you can live because I can do it live, but apparently you can't do it after the fact, according to Simon, or at least he couldn't find it. But I'm not sure. You can on Twitch as well. Oh, okay, fair enough.
About? Sorry.
The amount of data Twitch uses. See you later, Chris.
Take care, buddy. See you soon. You see, I did actually drop the quality on it because we were streaming at 1080 at 60p, but I did drop it down to 720 at 30, so it shouldn't be as bad now.
I mean, there doesn't seem to be much of a huge difference, to be honest with you.
No. Have you guys noticed any difference in the quality of the show? Obviously, you'll notice the quality if you've come from YouTube. If you've come from YouTube over to Twitch, you'll notice quality difference straight away.
I'm actually going to talk about quality. I'm just going to turn my video off and on again. Let's do that quickly. I just need to get it to refocus, and it's been a pain.
Tell him to reduce the quality. We'll save a lot of data. We will pass that. We'll pass that on.
Reduce the quality. It will save a lot of data.
I'm not sure he's watching right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought it was someone in chat that was.
I'll tell you what. So last week, decided to take my 4-year-old camping.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken me until today to get over it.
Has it really?
Seriously?
Really has. So we went. When did I? I went Friday morning to pitch the tent and everything else while she was at school. She was on half day, so I picked her up. No, she wasn't. She was on an afternoon. So I picked her up at 3 o'clock, whatever it was, 3:15. Took her to the campsite. Bear in mind she's 4, and she likes her creature comfort. She likes her iPad. She likes to be at home. She likes TVs. So I thought, well, I'm not sure how this is going to play out, but you know what? It was in Rutland, so not far. Good evening, Laystone. Are you on? Have you joined us from YouTube? Hopefully so. Hit that follow button. So gets there, and I've got quite a big tent. Good man. Got quite a big tent. So I was
worrying about what you were going to say there. You said I've got quite a big tent. Yeah.
Sets Darcy's bed up on one side of the bedroom, mine on the other.
Oh, you've got a tent that's got rooms in it.
Yeah. So, I'd taken the room partition out, so it was one big bedroom. So we were both in the same. So both in the same bedroom. This is probably a really boring story. Anyway,
enjoying it so far.
1:30. She goes down, goes to bed. Been to the pub for something to eat. She goes down about 9 o'clock, 9:30. I had a few beers outside with the people we were with, and went to bed about 1:30 in the morning. I'm woken up by this sobbing. I'm like, Darcy, what's the matter?
Was it just you and Darcy, or was it you and?
Yeah, there were other people in other tents that we were with.
Yeah.
No Tracy.
No, Tracy stayed.
Okay.
Tracy doesn't. Fucking hell. No. She's worse for creature comfort than my daughter.
Oh, okay.
Sobbing, absolutely sobbing. I says, Darcy, what's the matter? She's like, I'm tired, Daddy. I was like, well, go to sleep then. She's like, I can't.
Why?
Because she is that OCD that every time her sleeping bag moved, she had to get out of bed and straighten it up.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, really?
Or like if it got slightly twisted or slightly bunched up.
Yeah. You see, mine, I've got a king size inflatable fur-lined bed thing, and a nice peach skin. What do you call them? Sleeping blanket things. I was like, Darcy, do you want to get into bed with Daddy? She's like, yes, please.
Aww.
Didn't hear from her all night. She slept all the way through the following night.
Bless her.
She must have been warm, and somehow she managed to zip back her side.
Yeah.
Zip back her side in the middle of the night. She's sobbing again. I'm like, what's the matter? I touched her, and she was freezing cold. I mean, her skin was like.
Was she
ice.
sleeping on the ground, or was she on an airbed?
No, she was on an airbed, but she'd managed to open it. And bearing in mind, it was like 6 degrees or whatever it was in the night, and she was absolutely frozen. And I'm like, I'm a little bit worried. I'm like, could she have hypothermia? Really, really worried. It's like, I don't know what to do, but got her a onesie out, and she lay there like a teddy bear for the rest of the night. So
when I used to do a lot of festival work, I didn't bother with like airbeds because I had to pump them up or whatever. I literally had a roll mat, and I used to freeze my bollocks off. It could have been 50 fucking degrees that day, but at night used to freeze my ass off. And then I started sleeping on a military cot, the ones with the metal bars and it stretches out.
Yeah.
And that made all the difference because the air could circulate and I wasn't losing all of my heat into the ground. But I'd get up in the morning, or at night I'd be like in my little mummy bag, just like zipped up. And then you wake up in the morning and you're suffocating. And the fastest thing is to get that tent door open and get some air in, because somehow you went from deathly cold to I'm definitely going to die in this sauna.
Yeah.
You see, for me, I've got like a rechargeable blower,
right,
that I use for blowing up the bed. So you literally just clip it on, twist it, and it just inflates the bed.
Pete, it won't be too cold if you get proper decent sleeping bags, and also a tent that doesn't just have an inner layer that just gets wet. You want a proper one with a proper separate layer, and not a separate ground sheet, like completely sealed, like them pop-up ones.
And chances are you are probably going to get damp. I know I've got double skin.
That's a thing.
Okay.
And welcome to Formula One.
Okay, was that Mark or was that you, Kaz?
That was me. I got my windows open.
Oh,
okay. So then. Oh, I thought that was a question. I didn't realise that it was rhetorical. My bad.
But the parents think it'll be too cold. This time of year, how old are your grandkids? I wouldn't take Darcy now. I've got to be honest, I wouldn't take her again now. Not until the summer.
Bought an inflatable tent. See, I thought about an inflatable tent, but my one's one of those ones you get it out of the bag, pull the strap off, and just go whoomp, and it's there. It must have done 50 festivals.
You see, I like my creature comforts. I don't like having anything in my face. I like to be able to stand up in a tent.
Oh, so you're a glamper, not a camper.
Right. You like to stand up in a tent. That
Well,
you must have your options fairly limited then.
Have
you got a yurt?
Fairly nice tent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go. Mine's only a 6-man. Sorry, you can't call it a 6-man, a 6-person.
But I mean, gone are the days of having to try and feed tent poles through horrible things. Also, why do they make tent bags just big enough that it's perfect when it comes out of the factory, but never goes back in?
I can get them back in. I am right. Obviously, I was a photographer, and we've got a lot of pop-up screens and stuff, things like that start off in a bag like that big.
Yeah.
That end up being 9 foot tall.
Yeah.
Literally, I can whoop, straight in.
See,
you need me to go camping.
The tricky one with mine is you have to sort of flip it up on its side, bring the two flexible poles together, and then in one weird motion twist it in on itself, because it's basically a ring of the tent is like a ring, if you see what I mean. It's like sprung out. The whole
pop-up tent.
Proper pop-up tent, but it's a 4-man pop-up tent. It's not just a tiny little one. This thing's huge. And then you have to sort of use your body weight, twist it round and in on itself, and then once you got it together, you put the elastic round it to keep it together and slam it in the bag.
Oh shit!
What?
Sorry, carry on. Ignore me. I just fucked up. Nothing.
You managed to sign up. Thanks again, Mark.
No. I was talking to.
Have you sent a message to the wrong person again?
I sent the wrong link. There we go. Somebody else. SpongeBob SquarePants is trying to talk to us. Who's watching in Florida, US?
Is that the SpongeBob SquarePants?
I don't know. I can't see them.
Okay.
Evening, Rob. Good to see you, buddy. I don't know why I say it and then type it at the same time. Oh, I've got to try and keep on top of them both now. I feel bad that people are in.
I'll load up the YouTubes.
I've got my screen perfectly laid out. I don't want to.
I know. It's messed my layup out.
I've only got one screen. I mean,
I've only got one screen, but it's wide.
Me to cope? I mean, but it's what? Okay, eventually, that's nice.
Eventually, I'll have two screens.
Okay, this is bizarre because I'm now getting YouTube from half an hour ago from what we've just said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you're on YouTube, go to twitch.tv/Vape Talk UK and view it half an hour before everyone else. Triple screen.
So it's literally just said. As I loaded it up, it's like I'll just log on to YouTube and get the chat. It's like okay, I just managed to log on, get it up. And then it's told me I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Those of you that have signed up tonight that are new to Twitch, if you hit that follow button at the top, you'll get a notification as and when we go live. Those of you that are an Amazon Prime user, you will get a... There we go. Thank you very much. Did you just sniff your finger?
Chip, 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 chip. Does anyone like my new bokeh effect?
That's bokeh, not bokeh.
It's bokeh.
Oh, for God's sake!
Okay.
That is it's.
Does it look like I'm green screened?
It does a little bit, yeah. It is rather scary.
I just wanted to try it because now I've got proper lighting. It's easier to make me the focus and see if the blur actually works. If I put my hands...
Look, I was going to say, look, when you put your hand behind the microphone, put your hand behind the microphone and watch what the mic does.
Thank you very much for the bits, Pete. Appreciate that, buddy. Did you just sniff your fingers?
Hang on, chip.
I've just realised I've blurred my background and it's now blurred the
it's blurred
logo,
the logo
as well.
Yeah.
Nah. Never mind.
Yeah.
Right,
let's fantastic cameras. Guess who's got a new iPhone coming next Sunday?
So
3 minutes.
Sorry, I don't get the link between the fantastic camera and the new iPhone.
Wow, that's the pot calling the kettle black. Well,
I have actually read the reviews.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to sell the damn thing.
I was an avid Apple sheep. I was that guy. And I fucking adored Apple. All my desktops were Apple. All my iPads were Apple. All my phones were Apple. Everything was Apple. And then they fucked me off. They screwed me over, and you know what? I disposed of everything.
Fair enough.
I will not buy Apple products. Only Apple product I have left is sat back there. That's what I think to them.
Yeah. Wow. See, apart from the odd little niggle, I've never had anything but good experiences from Apple. I mean, the whole Skype being shit thing was Skype's fault. Not Apple's, but whenever I've had issues, like I had an iMac and the hard drive died, and I looked it up and they said, well, we did have a recall on this, but the recall's over. blah 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 blah. However, because you never used your Apple Pro Care, we'll extend it for 3 months, and they replaced the whole thing for free. It was like a £400 repair that they did for free. They've always been really helpful to me. Now I know that's not the case for everyone, but I just get on with their products well. Computing now, other than my laptop, which I use for video and photo editing, computing and video gaming, I'm using a PC. But for my laptop, which I use all the time, is incredible.
You know why they're so nice to you, don't you?
Because I'm spending lots of money with them.
No, they are scared you'll try something else and realise how shit the apples are.
See, the thing is, I mean, whilst my PC has more compatibility with the things that I want to currently use it for, I don't see it being any better or worse than my iMac was when I got that brand new.
Yeah.
I mean, my iMac brand new was insane. Now it's getting on a little bit. But then I've used a couple of the new iMac Pros, the new iMac Tower, and they are mind-blowingly fast.
Yeah, no, I'm not knocking Apple too much because they are very good at certain things.
Right, go and check out. I'm going to put this link in chat as well. There's a guy called Lewis Rossman. And he runs a computer repair shop, and he is a proper repair person. And people will go into Apple and say, "Oh, this isn't working, that isn't working, the other isn't working." They say, "Oh, it's fucked. You need to buy a new one." Honest to God, and people take the products to him, and he's like, "It's a 30-second fix." A lot of the fixes he's repaired free of charge because it was that simple a fix, and they've gone, "Oh no, it's going to cost you $800."
Was this Apple have told them that?
Yeah. Look, you may as well just buy a new one.
That kind of works. That kind of works with other things as well. A lass that I used to work with had bought a Mini, one of the new Minis, and the way we got into our car park was you'd got a barrier. You had to swipe your card for the barrier to go up so you could get in. She'd wound the electric window down, swiped the barrier, and the window wouldn't come back up. It just stayed down. She'd rung up the BMW garage, and they says, "Oh, don't know what that is. We can have a look at it for you. It will be £90 just for us to have a look, and then it will cost you whatever it costs to fix it." Yep. I googled it. Apparently, it's a fault with the electric motor on the winder. Punch the door just above the speakers. Jolts the motor. Up goes the window. That was it. Job done.
See,
so they charged £90 to punch the door.
They would They'd charge £90 to look at it and go, "Okay, right, we've got to punch the door. Tell her we're going to do something fancy." They would have charged her an extra whatever to punch the door.
Here's a question: what makes the people that work for Apple Geniuses, the Apple Genius Bar geniuses?
I have an answer.
Nothing.
I have an answer to this question. So with the Genius Bar, it's a lottery as to who you get and their experience. So a lot of the time you'll get someone who can diagnose basic shit like why you can't log into your iPad or why iCloud's not working or whatever. When it comes to the hardware, that's when they go to the technical supervisors. And sometimes, when you go to the Genius Bar, sometimes you'll get those much more experienced, more advanced staff members serving you. So a lot of the time they'll look at it and go, "Oh, don't know if we can fix this," and then try and hand you a massive bill. Other times they'll go, "Yeah, okay, we can look at this," and they'll actually go through it properly. So it really is a lottery. That said, it shouldn't be. It should be experienced technical staff on the Genius Bar.
Well, when I worked with kids with special needs, I got to go to one of the Apple conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, it's an Apple conference, and this one was particularly aimed at accessibility and people with disabilities using Apple products. Basically, a lot of people that are going to be geniuses go to these get sent to these conferences, and that's where they get the majority of their information from. But some of the things that an Apple iPad for starters can do, they'd got one of the speakers was completely blind, and used her iPad for emails, and she even took photographs, but she was completely blind.
No, I get it. I get it for accessibility, and I get what they do, and what they do is great. My issue is, right, my problem with my phone, bearing in mind, since the iPhone 2, I'd had a new phone every year. They had probably 5-6 iPads out of me. 1, 2, 3 iMac Pros, 2 Mac Minis. I'd spent a lot of money with them. So I take my iPhone in, and the ear speaker wasn't working. It was very muffled. So it was like, yeah, it's under warranty. We'll replace that for you. Diamond. Not a problem.
Yeah. So they did it.
92 days later, it went again.
Right. Oh my god.
Took it back. Apparently, they only warrant their own repairs for 90 days.
No.
Yeah. So the new speaker that they put in that they'd repaired wasn't covered anymore. Do you know what I did with my phone?
Binned it.
I threw it on the floor in the shop and walked out.
Incredible.
Literally.
Well, see,
and left it there.
When I had an iPhone 5, I had an issue with it where something happened in the battery where it would take like 10 hours to charge up and half an hour to discharge, and it was really weird. Now I managed to not get around it, but I took it into the Apple store and I said, look, here's my thing. And because with Apple, or with most places, I know with Apple especially, you actually get a 2-year hardware warranty from the original date of purchase. So I went in and they just said, oh, okay, well, we're not going to try and fix it. We'll just replace it. We're going to take this one, refurb it, and it'll become a replacement for someone else. So I was like, okay, cool. About 6 months later, it happened again. I was like, right. So I was like, well, I'm still within my 2 years. I'll go in again.
2 years from the original purchase, not 2 years.
2 years from the original purchase. So I went in and they just swapped it out. I get no questions asked whatsoever. Anyway, I went in again with this new one and they were like, oh, it's out of warranty. And I was like, but the lock button's intermittent. And they went, oh, really? I went, yeah. And they were like, oh, okay, here's another one. No questions asked. Because apparently the battery has a different warranty to the rest of the sodding phone.
I was going to say they didn't used to. The warranty only had a X number of months warranty. It was the battery was classed as a consumable.
Exactly, and so I did that, and I must have had 3 or 4 of the iPhone 5, and then obviously the 6 and the 6S and all that box came out, and now I'm on the Apple upgrade plan, so it makes financial sense for me because it's a much cheaper way of getting the phones I want, because the money they cancel after the 11 months that you can upgrade is more, because they're cancelling 9 months of your contract, is more than I ever get trading it in.
Do you have to hand the phone back?
Yeah, you do, but you would in a trade-in.
So effectively, you're on a rental scheme, aren't you? You're just renting the phone.
Now, if I wanted to pay the 20 months, the full 20 months, the phone then is mine. I can keep it, do what I like with it. But after 11 months, they write off the loan, take the phone back, and you start again. Now, the thing is, I don't have a need to keep multiple phones, so I would have traded it in anyway. And to trade it in, I mean, let's say it's £1,000 phone, and you divide that by 20, that's what, 50 quid a month, right? So you do that by 11, 11's 50, 550. So I'm getting 450 quid knocked off the price of that phone. Or rather, the equivalent of £450 back as a trade-in, because I'm not having to pay that out anymore. But the nice thing about it is it comes with
when you go and to collect your new phone, you have to take your old phone with you to swap.
Exactly, yeah. So they take the old one. Now, the nice thing that is, because Apple Care, they charge an absolute fortune for if you were to purchase it separately. With this, it's included. So if I smash my screen, it's a £25 excess. And if I utterly destroy the phone, it's a £75 excess, which on a £1,200 phone is not that shit. Now, if you take your phone in completely smashed, all you do is pay the excess, and then they take the phone back.
it doesn't matter even if it's not completely smashed. If there's something wrong with it, if you drop it or whatever, and the screen and it just goes funny.
I mean,
they won't take it away, fix it. They'll just swap it for a new one.
Well, exactly. But I mean, like for my last phone had a chip in the screen. They charged me the £25 excess, and then on top, and then you pay obviously your new deposit up front, etc., which is like 69 quid. So it's not the worst deposit in the world. But the nice thing about it is that for me, I can get the phone every year. I don't have to worry about trying to save up £1,000 fucking pounds for a phone that I then can't flip after I'm bored of it. I don't know. It just seems like a good way to do it. And the nice thing about it is, if you want to pay off more, you can do, because it's a 0% loan through Barclays. You just call up Barclays and pay more of it off. It's a shame they don't do that with other Apple products, though. I'd like to maybe go in and go, right, I want the watch on that payment plan as well, and then I want to upgrade my watch every year, for example. It's just a good, and the thing, they should do payment plans with things like I think they do payment plans with things like their Macs as well, don't they? It's
a good way of recycling as well, because like you say, a lot of people, they come to the end of the contract, they go, right, I'm going to upgrade to the next one. They put the old one in the drawer. This is where you get loads of
and the one thing I will
old handsets.
The one thing I will say for them is their recycling process is very, very good. I mean, look, they send unusable machines back to their central processing unit. Everything gets recycled. It can get reused or melted down or whatever. I mean, a lot of their phones are made of 100%. I think they're 100% recycled aluminium now. So they are taking quite a big step forward in a greener company. I respect what they do. I think some of their products are massively overpriced, and I think there is very much a cult mentality to Apple, which isn't so great. But if you can pull yourself out of that and you like the products for what they are, then great. And I mean, I know like them, and I know this phone has never done me wrong pretty much ever. And I hate Android because I don't like the operating system. I just don't gel with the way it works. I get that it's powerful and I get what it can do. I just don't like using it. And that's my diatribe on Apple.
There you go. No, I'm sorry, Android suits me down to the ground.
I just think it's a bit clunky to use.
I've got that little bit more control over it than I do with Apple.
It's not control for me. It's not control for me.
Well, things like if I want to put I want to put an MP. I want my ringtone to be different. I want to put an MP3 on. No problem. I can just do that. Boom, boom, boom. Apple, you've got to go through iTunes, convert it to AC3 or whatever it is. And if you can, then I don't know whether you can now, but you couldn't used to be able to put your own ringtone on. You had to buy it off iTunes or whatever.
There is a way to do it. It's a little bit around the houses, but you can do it.
Well, of course they want you to use iTunes, don't they? They want you to buy their content.
But did you know they're shutting the iTunes store down? They've just released Apple TV subscription, so their version of Netflix, and they're not charged. They're cheaper than Netflix, which is mental.
Will they have the content though? That's the question.
Well,
yeah, they're not a content creator as yet. Although there are rumours.
And do I have to spend £200 on an Apple TV box to be able to watch it?
No. I was watching the keynote this week about it. So they've come out with 100 different shows and films for their release. Some pretty big names on a lot of them. I think it's like $4.99 a month for the Apple TV subscription, and then they're obviously adding stuff as they go. They've also done a cross-platform gaming subscription. So it's I think they call it Apple Arcade. And you can play it on your Mac, your phone, Apple TV, your iPad, whatever. So you'll be able to pay your subscription of $4.99 a month. There's no adverts, no microtransactions, none of that bollocks, and every game is free within it after your subscription cost.
So what? You don't get to buy more gems?
No, exactly. And I miss gaming where there weren't microtransactions.
Yeah, I that's one thing that does bug me about Android, to the point I don't play Android games anymore. I'm sick of adverts every fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's the reason why half of the games are free, but
then I don't mind paying
yeah.
£5 or £6 for a game that's actually worth playing.
I'm still quite happy with Clash of Clans, to be fair.
But how many adverts do you have to sit through?
None, not on Clash.
Did you pay for
really?
it? It does offer you. It's one of those games where if you want, you could easily pay extra for more. Have you ever played Clash?
No, I hate the adverts. The adverts piss me off.
Yeah, there's no adverts on it at all.
No, the adverts for the game.
Oh, the adverts for the game. All right, okay, yeah, they've really gone into the. They've created a cartoon series that goes with it. They've really gone all out creating characters and what have you. But when you're on the game, you can hurry the game along by purchasing gems and buying extras. And they really do push you to pay extra. They've now started a season challenges. So you do a series of challenges that last a month to earn various rewards. If you pay, I think it's either $4.99 or $6.99 or something. You unlock the second tier, and you've got additional extras that you get.
But Fortnite fell on what was an utterly genius business plan, right? You give the game away for free, and then you just keep charging people. You just keep charging them. Now, if you ever want, I mean, Apex Legends is basically adult Fortnite at this point. I mean, it's not. It's played by millions of kids everywhere, but you see what I mean. It's a more dirty, grimy. Have you ever played Apex Legends, Chandler? Just imagine Fortnite, but really dirty, really grimy, and there's none of that building bollocks where you have to build shit up.
That's good, because I cannot get my head around that building shit.
No, me neither.
I was watching characters build shit ridiculous. You know, someone fires at them, and all of a sudden there's a wall in front of them. It's like, what? How the?
I mean, Apex Legends is massively unforgiving. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time, you will die. But it's exactly the same format. Seasonal. You get your challenges. You can only get the challenges through grinding it. Like we're talking like 8 hours a day grinding, and then you buy your season pass using the game coins. You have to buy the coins. It's a genius marketing strategy, but it makes for very disconnected gameplay, I think, personally.
And also the fact that I just haven't got the time to devote to a game like that.
I mean, the game I've played the most is Overwatch, but I don't have to pay. I bought the game for £30. I don't have to pay for anything within it. If I want to earn things in the game, I play it, and you get them in the random loot boxes.
Yeah.
But there's no paywall.
We've got like Fallout 4. Yeah, the majority of games that I play are paid for. So Resident Evil, Fallout. I do occasionally run around on foot on Fortnite, but I am that bad at it. It's just for amusement.
You see, Jono got me onto that Realm
Royale.
Royale, is it? Yeah.
Isn't that like Skyrim meets Fortnite?
Yeah, kind of thing, but you have to.
Oh, we've got Skyrim as well.
You have to put. Just don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, but one of my favorite games of all time is, and this is why it's kind of more classic gaming, is the new Doom set of games. So the one that came out in 2016 is there. There is a multiplayer aspect to it, but it's one of those games that no one ever really played the multiplayer on it. It was all about the storyline, and it is to date the single smoothest game I have ever played in my life. And the new one, Doom Eternal, looks ridiculous. I'm all about epic campaign storylines over multiplayer gaming, unless it's Overwatch, because I love how Overwatch is.
I played Doom on the PlayStation with VR.
Yeah.
And my God, it made me so ill I couldn't play it.
It does that to some people.
It got the weirdest. The way you move is you effectively throw a portal, and it jumps you. So you don't walk around. you throw something, and it like a teleport, because you're only there virtually in this. I can't remember the exact plot to it, but yeah, the way you move around is horrendous in the VR game.
Yeah,
it is really bad. But there you go. So yeah, I played that for a bit and then stopped.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so today on Video Game Chat UK,
yeah, we've done quite a bit, haven't we?
Talked a lot about video games and computers today.
We haven't,
ironically being on Twitch.
and yeah.
Well, you got to remember, Mark, that we are a show. We're streaming on a platform full of 13-year-olds, and this is an adult show, which we were criticised for in the past.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're talking about grown-up things like computer games.
Yeah, for sure, faux show.
So yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to head off, I'm afraid.
Oh, what is the time? Fucking hell.
11:30. I know. So.
Shall we drop Jono a raid?
Yeah, if you guys stick around, we're going to basically kick you over into Jono's stream. If you don't already know, he's doing a 24-hour stream that started at 7 p.m. tonight to raise money for his local hospital for the kids there. And he basically wants to buy a couple of Xboxes and bits and bobs and take it over there. I think he's aiming for, what, £1,000?
Yeah, 1,000.
Something like that, yeah.
So drop over, go say hello to him. We're going to raid it. The link's just gone into chat. Yeah, he's still got a few hours to go. And
what we'll do if you stay.
When did he start?
7 p.m.
Oh right, okay. So till 7 tomorrow.
If you stay in chat, we'll hit the raid button and you'll automatically be sent to Jono as we end.
Cool.
But we will be back on Tuesday, guys. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
We will see you next
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yes.
Take care, guys. We will see you soon.
VTUK.